My daughter asked to see a picture of the Earth from space. I showed her the photograph taken from the moon landing. She became very interested and asked about visiting the moon. I told her, only a few people have ever actually been on the moon. We proceeded to look through the pictures. She said, "What's that, Daddy?" I said, "That's a car that they took. They dropped that down and were able to drive around the moon. But they had to leave it there because they couldn't bring it back." She looked at me skeptically. The next picture, "What's that in his hand?" I said, "That's a golf club." She said, "Really? So you're telling me that only a few people have been to the moon, and while they were there they took a picture, left a car there, and played golf?" She rolled her eyes and walked away. People have a lot in common with icebergs, because icebergs apparently also respond to tired, obvious metaphors. In science fiction news, Patrick Stewart announced that he will be returning to the role of Captain Picard in a new Star Trek series. Specifically to Star Wars fans, he promised storylines that feel written rather than mad-libbed together. Characters that have more utility than just a person who does a thing, and to return to the tasteful, subtle social commentary of the next generation. Star Wars fans have yet to respond, as Disney Pictures and Lucasfilm President Kathleen Kennedy have not yet told them what to think and how to feel about it. Look, folks, it's not that Star Trek is better than Star Wars. It's that Wars is imploding under the weight of its own trash, and Trek is reinventing itself like a freshly divorced cougar. Speaking of fresh divorce, today's show is brought to you by Scumbag and Up Yours Divorce Attorneys. Look, has your wife been taking things out of the microwave early and not pressing the clear button? Maybe it's time to think about taking a big step away from her. Scumbag and Up Yours. Because you're better than that shit. And now it's time for some listener questions. To have your question answered on the show, click the call button on our Please Excuse My Dead Aunt Sally social media pages, or write to pleaseexcusemydeadauntsally@gmail.com. Our first question comes from Taylor and Ed at the Metal, Rock, and Whiskey Show.
Hey guys, this is Sailor and Ed calling from the Metal, Rock, and Whiskey Show, and we have a really important question, a conundrum that we need help with. So we have a friend who's starting his own mobile beverage truck business. He's calling it Mangarita Madness, and he's come up with a unique recipe that I'm not sure if it will go over very well.
Well, we know you're a man of great taste, so we figured you could let us know if he's really onto something or not. The recipe in question is called the Plaid Sombrero. It's Oban Scotch, pink lemonade, mango juice, topped with a dollop of pureed haggis.
So, what do you guys think? I don't know. I'm a little worried about this.
Winner or trash?
Winner, haggis dinner?
I don't know. Looking forward to hearing your opinion. Thanks.
Bye.
That sounds fucking amazing. I would take 2 plaid sombreros with a chorizo burrito, por favor. You could also recommend that your friend serve a shot of Bailey's with a twist, or a Miller High Life with little bits of hot dog floating in it. Our next question comes from Aaron in Hackinaw, Wisconsin. Aaron writes, "Hey Mike, the Chinese restaurant in my area delivers way too many fortune cookies with every order. Sometimes my girlfriend and I get a simple meal, and somehow we end up with 12 or 14 fortune cookies. We have an entire utility drawer in our kitchen filled with them. What can I possibly do?" That's a great question, Aaron. Seriously, bag those bitches up and take them to the homeless guy on the corner. It helps you get rid of them. They're a decent snack. Fortune cookies are yummy. And maybe it can provide some motivation and inspiration to that young man looking to get back on his feet. Well, that's all for our show today. Join us next week when I finally work up the nerve to call your mom. Music for today's show is provided by Kevin MacLeod. Thank you so much for listening. Please keep the listener letters and calls coming to pleaseexcusemydeadauntsally at gmail.com.
Hey, you're a fucking idiot. We're all doing that. Bye-bye.
Winner, winner, haggis dinner?